Welcome back, folks. So I've been stalking the RU servers, World of Tanks, Twitter page, as well as their VK page, which is their Facebook. And this vehicle is going to be hyped up, or it is already being hyped up as much as you can. So the Object 252U is basically confirmed to be coming out by the end of this month, February 2017. At least for the RU server. Should be following for the other servers as well, but yeah, this vehicle is basically IS-7 at tier 8 with the premium status. And holy crap, that's insane. So there are a few differences, but layman's term, it's a tier 10 at tier 8. So the standards for a premium vehicle has sharply risen, like dramatically, compared to the IS-6. Holy crap. You pay a lot for the premium matchmaking on the IS-6, like penetration, armor, same mobility. Holy crap. That's a lot of stuff. And oh, is it worth it to have premium matchmaking now? Not really. So we already covered the stats, we already covered the armor values and the different models. But for this video, I want to do a quick rambling / reflectionary musing of how the vehicle would shape the meta, the potential of this vehicle to just break the meta at tier 8, at tier 9, or even tier 10, and how is the OP-ness going to affect further premium tanks down the line, such as new premium tanks like the Chrysler K or whatever. But yeah, this vehicle is pretty much confirmed, as you can see right here. This vehicle is the February's wallpaper or calendar image. So yeah, that pretty much confirms it. This tank is coming out pretty soon. And I think Wargaming will not do a nerf after the release, but I think they will nerf it before the release. So it's still a bait and switch, if you will, but it's not exactly baiting because arbitrary stats or preliminary stats don't count. And leakers like myself, we just hype up for all the values, and that's not exactly the truth. So they could still do the bait and switch with a nerf right before the release of this vehicle. But if this vehicle comes out as is based on previous leak videos, holy crap. That's pretty insane. But I thought about it. Does this break the game? Well, I want to justify this vehicle, but it's too good based on my standards. Now, my standards are obviously whatever. I'm just a random dude with 2800 something win 8, whatever. But based on my previous experiences with premium tanks or tier 8s or tier 9s or tier 10s, or my career of playing World of Tanks, this is a pretty high standard for a premium tank at tier 8. Just insane. The penetration, the armor, the speed, mobility, the lack of weak spots other than the hatches for the turret. Holy crap. So yeah, the standards are pretty high, but it's not like we haven't seen this before. So I took a look back, took a reflectionary step, and thought about the Romtail Scorpion Waffenträger, or the Jumbo Pershing, or the Liberté. This actually beats those by a little bit. I mean, by a long shot, actually. So the Romtail Scorpion Waffenträger is also pretty good, but compare this vehicle to the Romtail Scorpion, and we can see that, yeah, this is a tier 10. Romtail Scorpion is a tier 9-ish. I mean, could be a little bit better than a tier 8, but it was a little bit balanced based on the camouflage rating, which is terrible, and the low DPM-ish for tier 8, but it's pretty OP. But for this vehicle, it's also pretty OP. But what I'm trying to get at is it's not mechanically broken. There are a few vehicles that are mechanically broken to the game, and those are what I could think of the old initial versions of the Waffenträger off E100. So if you remember, the older versions of the Waffenträger barn is that it has a 6-round loaded 128 with supreme accuracy and no aim time. It was pretty busted to face this vehicle one-on-one with a full clip. You just die when he spams gold shell of 311 millimeters of pen, and each dealing 490 alpha, and he has 6 rounds. So basically, unless you're a mouse and he rolls low with the alpha, you're dead. So that's very unfair. Like, it's even unfair than getting one-shotted, but one-shots are pretty rare, and yeah, those are pretty awesome because RNG, but this is just like one shot all the time, so that's a broken mechanic. Also, there's the old FE304. Before the nerf to the KV-1S, the nerf to the Hellcat, the old FE304 has about 8 seconds or 7.5 seconds of reload with a gun rammer, vent, and bursting arms with food. So this little bastard was small, was not as fat as the current version. It was fast. It reloads every 7.5 seconds or something, or 8. So basically you're getting permatracked with artillery. And he just kills you. Slow and painful death. So the mechanics are basically broken. But yeah, mechanics wise, the Object 252U is nothing of mechanically different than an IS-3 or 112 or 110 or any other heavy tank or Tiger II, whatever. But the power levels of this vehicle is just insanely high. But does that mean it breaks the game? So I thought about it, and I thought about there are the different factors of skill also applying to a vehicle. So you already saw with the T110E5, it took Wargaming a year and a half to nerf that vehicle, even though it was pretty OP based on the initial review I did. So I took a look at the actual stats of all the VIII different vehicles. So here is the normal tanks, and as you can see, the T110E5 is down the list by a little bit. What the hell is the E5? Can't find it anymore. So here it is, number 17. So it still has pretty good VIII, but it took Wargaming a year and a half to nerf it. It still haven't been nerfed yet. So, I mean, do they really care about power levels based on, actual stats? Or do they prefer mechanically breaking levels of the power level to actually nerf a vehicle? So, what I thought was, they're going to release this vehicle, but idiots or monkeys are still going to drive them, and if they don't know what to do, it's still pretty much a normal tank like the T110E5, or I don't know. There are also good vehicles like the Grill 15, but a lot of players play it like a medium and get wrecked. So I don't know, if you have a monkey driving the tank and drives it into a ditch, it's still a pretty bad tank, right? So who knows, but here you can see the Cranbon is being on top. EBO2, yeah. Impenetrable turret with 12 degrees of gun depression. It might get nerfed, but funny enough, I thought that the Romtail Scorpion Waffenträger is very good, right? I thought that vehicle would have a high win rate, but it doesn't. Not really. A lot of players play it, duh, of course. But here you can see Romtail Scorpion, there it is. So not that high of a win rate compared to stuff like the Revitalize or the Patriot. No, it does get played a lot. A lot of players play it, the highest of tier 8 premium, but that doesn't mean it's broken by win rate. So it's not getting nerfed, supposedly, anytime soon, or what the hell do I know? But kind of funny. So I think this vehicle may come out without the nerf, and that's scary based on my own opinions, based on my own experience of the game. But if you have a monkey driving it, it's still pretty much crap, right? So I don't know, that's my random musing, but it's a thing. It's the February theme of this year, so if we have a marathon for this vehicle, I will go nuts. I will go awesome. Best event of 2017 by far. So please give us a marathon for this vehicle. That would be a miracle. Bunch of tongue twisters, like a lot of R words or M words. Blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, that's my random musing. So this vehicle is a thing. This vehicle is pretty OP. And yeah, prep your wallets. But stats wise, it's great, but it's not mechanically broken. So I don't know how long will Wargaming nerf this vehicle if it goes to the full release without nerfing it initially. But it's not mechanically broken like the FE304, initial FE304, or Waffentrigger off E100. So it's not like you can just win if you're just playing this vehicle. You still have to use skill. And this vehicle is blind. It also has a crappy radio, so no artillery support. But if you play this vehicle well, you will wreck a lot of faces. So if you know how to side scrape, if you know all the map awareness and tactics, haul down, yeah, 6 degrees of gun depression, that's great for a Russian tank. So bunch of factors, but well, it's a thing now, so prep your butts. But that's my random musing for today, so hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.